this thing on? I think this thing's on. Welcome, everybody, to another Georgia Archery podcast. I'm your host, Big John Chandler, and this is where we talk about, well, anything and everything to do with archery in the state of Georgia and Georgia archers wherever they may shoot. If you're watching this, you can see I have a guest. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I have a very special guest that went to Foley and wore it out. Jesse Garrett, how are you doing today, buddy?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful. How's your week been? You worked hard, and how was your
Yeah,
weekend?
busy.
That's good.
Busy at work, and other than that, not too much going on this week.
I got you. That's a good thing. Well, let's see. I worked all week. Last weekend I went to shoot at Big Creek and shot the qualifier down there at Big Creek on Sunday. So I had a good time doing that.
I need to get out there still. I haven't been to that one yet, but I've heard really good things about it.
Very nice place, very nice guy, and does a good job. So we had a great time. So, and I actually shot up, so that was even better.
That's the way to be.
Yep. So this past weekend we had a lot of shooting going on. S3DA Eastern Indoor Nationals in Georgia had 10 archers go to that event and shoot this weekend. So that was pretty cool. And we had one podium. U.S. Archery had their indoor nationals, and U.S. Archery Joed in two different places, Virginia and in Mississippi. And we had archers from Georgia in both places. I was trying to pull it up to figure out how many Georgians were in each place. It was in Harrisburg. Let me count them right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 archers from Georgia shoot the Harrisburg. And in Virginia, we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 archers went to Virginia and shot that event. So that's a
Only a
whole lot
couple
of
more.
only a whole lot of folks going over to shoot different places. It's crazy how that U.S. Archery has like different venues. They do it in Florida and Mississippi and Virginia and Kentucky, and you get a chance to go to any of them. And it's funny because how most of them are within 5 to 6 hours from Georgia, so you just get to pick which one you want to go to. So I heard that the Mississippi venue was very nice, and the guys had a good time out there. So the indoor Southern 600 down in Statesboro. Statesboro's had a busy week. They started out with, or a busy couple of weeks. They started out with 5 spot, and then they had the GAA, and now they had the Southern. They ended up with 41 archers down there shooting that event. Girls with Bows had a fundraiser shoot over at Charlie Elliott, Clybell, whichever way you want to call it. It's all in the same spot. They ended up with 34 shooters shooting that event, which is pretty good considering it was the first event. And I had to stress in the video last time that boys can shoot too. It was an open event. It wasn't just for the girls to go shoot; it was for boys to go shoot too. Um,
Is that Clybell? Is that the same place Ace is gonna, y'all are going to be hosting your
Yep,
shoots this year?
exactly. Same place that we're going to host our shoots this year. So we're sort
I
of
haven't been there yet either.
multitasking. Yep. So multitasking that event. Rocky Branch up on the north side ended up with 58 shooters this Saturday. And then Sweetwater had a shoot on Saturday, and they had 51 shooters. So that's a whole lot of shooters shooting on Saturday. And then Big Creek shot Saturday and Sunday. So he had over 40 each day. Not knowing, he could have 50 one day and 48 the next or something like that, or, so forth. Because on Sunday, the only thing that was going was Big Creek. and he had an ASA qualifier. Ended up with 97 shooters for the weekend, and 69 of them qualified or shot the qualifier itself. So that's pretty good.
Solid number,
Yeah, good numbers, and it was a pretty day. I
especially with
was
all the
so
other shoots going on this last
yeah.
weekend. A lot to
That's what I'm
get
saying.
to.
I named all of those different places, and then you know that's a lot of shooting going on one day, and there's several people getting there, so that's pretty good. It means we got a lot of archers shooting. So,
Yes, sir.
but yeah, so that's what happened this past weekend. There's a lot of archers all over the state, all over the country. Matter of fact, shooting bows from the state. So, um, that's how it's going. But I couldn't get you on before. I made a joke with you. You had to go back to work and make that money, and
Yeah,
having a time to when you take off time, you got to go back and make it back. But I
that's
appreciate you
right.
joining me today.
Work always
Um,
gets in the way.
for sure. If we
Always.
didn't have to pay, if it wasn't for bills, we could have lots of fun doing lots of things.
That's right.
uh, and on your end, you got a whole lot of chillins to take care of too. So you got to make sure those bills are covered.
Yep. Yep.
So let's go into it. Foley, you went down Thursday, I'm assuming.
Wednesday night we went down.
Wednesday night. Went down
Yeah.
Wednesday night. Hauled a camper.
Yep.
That's cool because you camp on site, right down there right by the thing, or
Nah, we were at Alabama Coast Campground. It's about 10 minutes away. It's
oh,
not.
sweet,
It's a pretty nice place. It's close
pretty
by.
nice place,
So
close by. Yep, that's
yeah,
cool. And I guess you got some practice in. Beautiful weather. Um,
much better than last year.
yes,
Last
beautiful
year
weather.
was cold. The whole family got sick last year. We were freezing to death, and it was just bad. But yeah, this year it was fantastic weather wise. I
All
think I
right.
might have caught one sprinkle during the weekend. That was it.
Yeah, I think before we were headed to round two, it may have sprinkled half a minute or something. But
Yeah.
other than that, it was beautiful. Wind blew a little bit, but sometimes that overcast made that sun go away, and which was so much better. And so you shot team shoot on Thursday, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
All right. And how did you shoot at the team shoot?
Ah, mediocre. I had a couple good shots, couple shots that I knew were bad, and but it felt decent. I feel like some weekends I'll wear out the team shoot, and then I won't shoot as well the next day. And when
I
I
got
don't
you.
do as well on the team shoot, I usually shoot a pretty good round in scoring. I don't know what's up with that, but
Well,
it was
sometimes if that's the foreseeable future of how things have gone for you, then you don't mind not having the greatest team shoot.
yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
So no. And then you shot, I guess, early in the morning, Friday morning, right? Was it
Yeah, it was the 9 a.m. Friday.
9 a.m. Friday? And in which range did you shoot on Friday?
I think it was E or
Okay.
F, one of the two.
I think it
One
was
down in there.
E because E was further. That's when you shot
Yeah,
first, right?
yeah, it was the
Yeah.
first
So
one I shot.
E was further. And because I saw you coming off as I was coming on, and I
Hmm.
was on the F range that day. So, but yeah, and tell us how that first round went.
I mean, it was good. It started off slow. Uh, actually the first target I walked up to, it was a 27-yard mule deer, and it had a big old, I mean, a big black splotch right in the upper, and I was leading on
Right.
that target. So I was like, here we go. I was licking my chops, and then I don't know what it was, first tournament nerves or something. I first of all I forgot to even call the upper. I just walked up there and drew back and shot, and then I ended up missing it just to the left. So kind of ate some humble pie, but I probably would have been mad if I did hit it because I didn't even call upper, and I turned around and the guys were like, "Did you call upper?" And I was like, "Nope." But anyways,
Oh,
it started out slow. I was hitting to the
okay.
left, and then after a while, I just started catching them. So it
Okay. Well,
was
sort of calming down, getting into the comfort, and getting into the zone.
yeah, had to get some clicks, start hitting the middle, and then
Yep.
I, I don't. I think I was about halfway through. I was only up by a few, and then I just started smashing them, and then I ended up 18 up on day one.
18 up on day one. It was real good.
Eighteen
Like I
up.
said, I was, that's good shooting. You come out and you figured it out, and you're tied for fourth place on day one, I guess.
That's right. Yeah,
That's like pretty dang good. Pretty good. So,
the best I
um,
had done in that K-45 class so far. So
yep. Hmm.
I wasn't mad at it.
That's right. And so you felt like you were doing pretty good. Everything was good. Did you shoot the elite shoot, or did you do anything else on?
No, I didn't make it over to the elite shoot. Uh,
Okay.
my daughter Kaylee shot later in the day, so I went out and watched her a little bit.
Watched
And
her shoot. Cool.
yeah,
Cool. And then you get up the next morning real early again.
extra early.
Yeah, that's 7:30 line, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, 7:30 line on Saturday morning. And how did that start off? Start off good? Start off rolling, or the same
Nope.
thing? You had to get into it.
Same thing. It started off slow, even slower actually. I think the first three targets were tens. I actually shot 10, 10, 10, and then I finally hit a 12. And on the next target, I shot an 8. So I think I was actually even after like 6 targets. And then I don't know. I think it just made me mad when I shot that 8 because it was just a stupid mistake. I just got weak in the shot and kind of dipped out and hit
Yep.
low right underneath the 12.
Yep.
And that lit a fire under me, son. 'Cause after that, it was 12, 12, 12, 12. And then I shot one more 8 just because I was aiming in the wrong spot. And then after that, I didn't miss a 12 the whole rest of the round. So
Wow.
that was what, 24 up with 14
20
12s. Yeah, on
24 up
Saturday.
with with 14 12s.
And
That's
it
a pretty good
was
run, son.
that's
That's
again my best score at an ASA. So
yeah.
I was just stoked with that. I couldn't ask for anything better, especially after starting out slow and it just because I knew I needed to put up something decent on day two to stay near the top because I feel like usually everybody usually comes out swinging on day two. So
Yeah, they done seen where everybody sits, and they're like, somebody's
yeah.
gonna gun for it, and somebody's gonna get it, and somebody's not. That's usually what happens.
And there
Well, I
were
wasn't
some really
sitting.
big
I
scores.
wasn't sitting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't sitting near to the top on day one, nor day two. But I've told everybody I had some of the most fun I have had, and I really, I'm 100%. The senior class is just, we have a ball. We
yeah,
we do have a good time. So one of the guys in my class on day two shot his personal best ever in an ASA, and 10 up. So that was good for him. But yeah, I didn't. I ended up, I don't know, 10, 11 down both days. I just couldn't get anything. I felt like I was executing well. I just wasn't aiming well. Does that, like, I just couldn't see
yeah.
them. I was having trouble seeing where to aim, and I was timid at that point because you can't see it. I'm like, and then I'd aim at a few, and then I'd fall under it or just to the right of it, and it's like, some of
That
them
was
broke behind the pin, but they just wasn't where it needed to be.
that was my
You know,
problem at first too. I was definitely being too timid, and then once I shot that 8, and I knew like I was like, all right, man, I need to make strong shots and just go after them because I knew it was hitting behind my pin when I made a good shot. So I mean, I
yep.
just started bearing down and keeping strong, and man, they just kept hitting. I, I had a 45-yard turkey. I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna play it safe on this one. I aimed probably IBO, high IBO, and man, if it didn't like dip a little bit when it went off and it went down and smoked the lower, I donutted it too. I was like, yeah, I meant to do that,
Yeah,
even though I
of
was
course.
trying to aim safe on that one because it was a bomb, and I was like,
Well,
oh, it was
you
just one
know,
of those days. Everything worked out.
it all worked out. You ended up on the podium,
Yep.
K-45, which is not an easy task in general.
No, not at all. There's
Third
some killers
place,
out
third
there.
place. That's right, third place. you're doing that thing and you're shooting really good. So congratulations on that. Let's
Appreciate
back
it,
up
man.
a minute. How many practice 3D practice rounds had you gotten before then? Because I know you were struggling. Well, not struggling. You were working on something else the week before. You ended up with a belt buckle.
Yeah, I was doing the TSO stuff, so
That's right.
I actually I went and shot the TSO, the gauntlet up there in Kentucky, which
Yep.
was I'll show you.
That's a pretty belt buckle, son. That is a pretty belt buckle. There's no doubt about it. And that is sweet for
That made the
sure.
trip
Yep.
worth it. But
Yep.
anyways, I shot on Saturday. Kaylee didn't shoot till Sunday, so after I finished my round, I brought my 3D arrows with me, and I went in the range there and put my 3D arrows on and started bear shaft tuning at the practice range up there, trying to get my 3D setup ready because I knew
Ready.
I had to come
Because
home and I had to go back to work. Of course, work
yep.
always getting in the way and stuff again. So I at
That's
least
right.
had the bow tuned to the arrows. Yeah, checked the torque tune and all that stuff up there. All I could do at 20 yards, and then so I at least had that part done before we went to Foley. But I still had to.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
I didn't even. I shot my sight marks in at Foley, so
Yeah.
that was fun. But it
For
worked out.
sure.
So
Oh, it definitely worked out, right? Well, congratulations again on that. I tell you what, if you've listened this far, thanks for listening, and thanks for watching the video. I will have 5 random questions for Jesse, so hold on to the end so you can hear his 5 random answers.
oh
So,
boy,
um, you know, uh, look, we do talk about everything, do everything like we always do. You can find us everywhere on social media. We're on all the social medias there are. Georgia Archery is everywhere there is. We're on the Instagrams. We're on the Snappy Chats. We're on the Twitters. We're now called X, Facebook. You can find these videos on the YouTube channel. And if you're listening, you can hear it in almost any of your favorite podcast apps. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share all of these. If you see those things that I talk about on the calendar, we have a calendar on our webpage that you can go and look at anytime you want to. It's www.georgiaarchery.com. If you see something that's not on the calendar and you want me to add it, message me on one of the social medias, or you can send me an email, info@georgiaarchery.com, and we'll make sure to get it on the page when we go to national shoots, state shoots, and other shoots. And take pictures. We usually post all those pictures on the Georgia Archery page, and you can find that. You can also find this. You can find everything that Georgia Archery is doing on the georgiaarchery.com. So, yeah, I just always have to, let everybody see what's going on and, try to find us. If you're be sure to make a comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow that channel some. I need to get a few more subscribers in, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video when it comes out. So this weekend, well, you working this weekend? Are you shooting this weekend? What you got going on this weekend?
I'm shooting this weekend. I'm off till I go back to work Saturday night, but
Saturday night.
I'm gonna go. I'll be at RBO this weekend on Saturday.
I got you. RBO on Saturday. I hear you. Well, let's see what's happening this weekend. Well, the 46th annual NFAA Indoor Nationals, which is a 5 spot, will be in Memphis. So there will be a lot of Georgia archers headed up that way to shoot Memphis 5 spot. So if you're headed out that way, be sure to tag Georgia Archery in one of your posts and pictures so we can see everybody that's out there, because I am not headed that way this weekend. Also on Saturday and Sunday, the Augusta Wild Outdoors Expo in Augusta is having their Wild Outdoor Expo and an ASA qualifier Saturday and Sunday down in Augusta. A team on point is hosting that event at the Outdoor Augusta Expo. There's on the calendar, you can find the link to the address to the where they're shooting at for that. Also, RBO is shooting an ASA qualifier Saturday and Sunday. So that's a lot of stuff going on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the North Georgia traditional archers have their monthly shoot. They have the first Saturday of every month. So they have their first Saturday. That's the North Georgia Traditional Archery Club is shooting, and they shoot in Gainesville. So, like I said before, the Wild Outdoor Expo in Augusta, also RBO, and Gainesville Archery Club is having their 3D shoot. So if you're on that end of the world, you want to go run to that shoot, you can do that. All
It'll be another
Rocky
busy
Creek is
weekend.
on the schedule. That's right. Also, Rocky Creek is on the schedule for a shoot um, this weekend. So that's just Saturday. Sunday, you have two choices, like I said, with Augusta or RBO. I will be at RBO on Sunday. So if you're on RBO, headed out to RBO on Sunday, and you see me, holler at me, wave at me, tell me I'm doing a bad job, good job, or whatever kind of job.
Oh, you're gonna
Because
slay it,
uh,
crush it.
and oh yeah, I went and reworked my sight tape. I felt that my sight tape was a few off. Like
Mm.
as I backed up, it was hitting higher and higher. In other words, it was a little, like I had a slow tape. So in other words, I'd take yardage off of it. So I needed a faster tape. So I went and did that. And I also have another bow that I'm test driving with some. I call it. I haven't gave it a name yet. Poison ivy. Everybody knows the green bow. You've seen it. You've seen the green bow. That's the green bow. That's
Hmm.
the one I shoot 3D with. We call
Yeah.
it poison ivy. But I have this new bow that's black with white limbs, and I got it set up tuned for the 3D arrows, and a different sight that I'm working with, and some different let off and configurations that I've just been playing with, and it's doing
Cool.
its job. That may, I may have to take it for a spin. Also, I may have to run 2 rounds at just to check and see which one's doing best that I'm
See
gonna
what
call up
works.
for.
What
Yep,
works
figure out which
works.
one. That's right. See what can work, so that figure out which one's going to head to Benning with me. Anyway, I'm hoping that I can figure out. The best way to experiment is, you have one bow and you tweak it to think it's better, and then you start shooting it and it's not.
Mm.
That's the coolest part about having a second bow that I can set up and do, is I can tweak things and then leave the other one that I know is doing what it needs to do alone. So that's the only cool part about it. And me and that black bow have not had enough time between to. I haven't named her yet, so she doesn't have a name yet. So if you see the bow is black with white limbs, if you want to leave a name in the comments of something that you think you would be a cool name, you can leave that in the comments. So that's how it's going. But yeah, you're gonna shoot Saturday. I guess you and your daughter and whoever go over and shoot Saturday at
Yeah,
RBO.
yeah. Anymore, it's pretty much me and Kaylee right now. The other kids have kind of taken a little break, and some of them are still
They
too
found
young to hold the bow.
yeah, found things other things they like to do. So, are
Yeah.
you ready for your wonderful 5 questions?
Guess I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Well, don't be afraid. First question is, if you could bottle up one feeling forever, a single emotion or vibe, what would you choose?
Uh, Probably joy. It's a
Joy.
good one to have.
Oh yeah, bottle it up and save it for later, right?
Yeah. Spread as
That's a
much as
good
I can too.
100%. That's a good thing. Um, Question number 2: which random store aisles do you always end up wandering in, even if you don't need anything there?
Usually sporting goods.
Sporting goods, yeah.
Yeah.
Just sort
Yeah.
of figure your way to the sporting goods section. No matter,
Always
you
got to
don't
check
need
something out.
nothing, but you always, never always got to see if there's something new, something new. What is your favorite way to spend a Sunday? Now I know you work odd shifts sometimes and whatever, but Sundays are usually a day off. So what's your favorite
Mm.
way to spend a Sunday?
Well, my favorite way, I really enjoy going to church with the family, and if I have my choice, sometimes work doesn't allow that. And then I just like to be home, relax, take a nap, do whatever Sunday calls for. Just relax.
That's understandable. I can understand
Yeah.
that. So number four, if you had a, if what is your ultimate? If I had a time machine, I'd go back just to relive that moment. So if you had a time machine, which moment would you back up and relive?
Mm.
That's a good one.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess, man, I don't even know. There's too many. I guess I was gonna say when my children were born, but that's not just one moment because there's too many.
There's
But
a lot of moments. You building a football team. Hmm.
yeah, maybe when I first met my wife, go back to that. That would be kind of neat. I don't know.
That's
Too many to think of on that one.
well. That's actually a good thing that you had enough things that you would love to go relive again. You know, there's a lot of people who grumble about, oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's a good thing that you have a bunch of good moments that you want to go back and see. So that's awesome. Do you
Wouldn't
think
be where I'm at
money?
today if anything else went differently. So
100%.
I
Do
wouldn't want
you?
to change anything.
No, I mean neither. I'm telling you, I tell everybody that the older I get, and everybody goes, "Oh, if I could be 20." No, I don't want to be. I don't want to go back again. I think I've already did that. I don't need to go back and live some of those stupid mistakes as a kid that I did or whatever. It would change where I'm at today. So, and I don't want to do that at all. So,
Right.
last but not least, questions: do you think money brings happiness?
Nope. I mean, it can help certain things that bring happiness, but it's not found in money. It's found, I think,
Amen,
around the
amen,
people you
brother,
surround yourself with.
for sure. Well,
So,
that's your 5 questions. You did good. You survived. I didn't, you know, come out something out of order. So there's a good thing on that. You're going to shoot RRBO. I'm assuming that you're going to shoot ASAs. What are you trying to get all of them, or are you going to miss a couple? Or
uh, no, I'm gonna hit them all because I've got my goal this year is to win out of the K45 at the Pro Am, which I'm pretty confident I'm gonna do that. I found confidence is key lately, so I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but that's my plan this year is to hit them all, win out of K45, and then next year shoot K50. I mean, I'm
I
shooting
got you
K50 here locally
locally. Yep.
because I won the 45 last year, shooter of the
Yep.
year. So,
Hmm.
but I didn't win out at the pro-ams last year, so
Yep.
that's what I'm doing this year. Try to get that done, and then
Well, if people don't know, if they don't know who you are, I mean, they should know just from hearing your name as many times as I call it on the winning side, different places, right? And we shot the TSO together, and you shot very well during it. I mean, you went in as number one qualifier, correct, or tied for number one, however
tied.
they
Yeah,
broke. Yeah, so, and that's tied in the nation for that TSO type event. So that was pretty cool. But if they hadn't figured you out, how long have you been shooting?
well, I've been shooting. I started bow hunting when I was 11,
Okay.
uh, but I wasn't like seriously into it. I just shooting in the backyard to hit a pie plate, and then
Oh yeah, kill an animal.
yeah, and then I
Eat
got out
eat.
of it for a long time, and probably I didn't pick up a bow again probably till I was 20 in my early 20s, somewhere in there. When I started with Southwest Airlines
I
back
got you.
in 2017, I went and bought a bow because I was working in Baltimore, which where I was living was only like an hour from Lancaster Archery Supply.
Yeah.
And so I went up there and bought a hunting bow and I started shooting again. And that was, yeah, I guess 2017. But I wasn't competing or anything, I was just hunting. And then
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Georgia in 2019, and that's when I found like the S3DA, and we met up with the West Georgia Outlaws, and I got the kids into shooting. And once I saw like the tournament scene and stuff and 3D archery, I was like, man,
It's so
this is
cool.
cool. and so that made me want to pick up a bow again.
Yep,
So, and that was, I think, 2021. 2022 was the first year I started shooting like the ASAs and stuff. So,
I got you.
and I just, man, that's kind of more of an addiction than a hobby, I guess. I
For
love it.
sure.
I'm like,
Well, you started
spending
out in pins, right? You were shooting
mhm,
hunter class and pins class.
pins 30. So I
Yep,
started out in, and then I shot pins 40, and then K45 now. So,
I got you. And
yeah.
you won out of those, or just moved out as far as I can't
Uh,
remember.
I just moved out.
I
Well,
got you.
I think I missed winning out of pins 40 by like a couple dollars.
Yeah, it
So
was
I just moved
close.
up anyways because
Yep,
I wanted to try an open setup instead of the pins.
yep. I remember we talked about that. You was like, I just finish out the year and I'm going to move out. I want to play with the open setup. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. And the
Yeah.
kids and the people. I mean, the people that you meet. It's a big family. I mean, we're all,
Yeah.
and I tell everybody we're all a big family. And yes, families fuss and fight sometimes with each other, but we're still a family, right? And anybody would help. As soon as you have a problem, the same people that you might have been fussing with will go over there and try their best to help you fix your problem if they can. So, and
Right.
that's the best part about archery, And so, and your family is always around, having a good time, laughing and giggling, and the kids are just fun to be around, and I enjoy your family for sure. So I think it was cool just because we met through archery, but that's
Right.
that's the way it is. So I just like people to know, because people don't, they're like, well, where'd this guy come from? Well, he come from up north and moved down for work, but
Yeah. I've
it's
been
all
around.
good. Yep. So
I don't usually talk that much, but I don't bite.
he don't. Yeah, he doesn't bite. He's a pretty good fella. So you're going to make them all. I'm not going to make them all, but I am going to Benning. Um, I was going to try to go to Louisiana. I just don't know if that's going to work out or not. And then from there, the shop gets so busy that I don't know what I can do after that. So, um,
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is. So, but dude, if you have not registered for the S3DA State Outdoor Event, you can do it now. I think the last day of registration, I think they moved it to the 7th or something this Saturday, maybe. So, or this Friday, whatever it is. So if you haven't registered that event, you need to, if you're an S3DAer and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, well, I'm just giving you a friendly reminder to register for
Who's
that event.
hosting that one this year?
Velocity Archery. So it's over in
Oh,
your neck of
right
the
over in
hood.
my neck of the
Yep.
woods. Yeah.
Yep. So we're over near your neck of the woods for that event. So, um, yeah, I think that's about it. I appreciate your time. I enjoyed. Congratulations again, first on that beautiful belt buckle, and then turn
Thank you.
around. And yes, confidence does breed, confidence. you know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
does. It's you know, once you know you can do it, then it's easier to do it, right? So,
Yeah, man.
um,
You got to believe in yourself.
for sure.
And I know everybody always, it's kind of like, what you call it, overexhausted. The if you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you can't. But I mean, believe in yourself, and it works.
For sure.
Just, I mean,
That's
it sounds silly sometimes, but I
Yep.
found it to work.
And you've done really well. I have seen I have seen you come back from ohs and keep rolling and
Hmm.
done well. So it happens because of the confidence, and that's main thing that happens. I appreciate it for sure. Take someone, teach them how to shoot a bow. It will last them a lifetime. Until next time, I'm Big John. That's Jesse. We'll see you.
See ya.